far, Lake Pontchartrain has been spared most of the damage from the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. However, North Shore communities and especially fishing communities are suffering.
Efforts to make sure oil sheens and plumes never make it into Lake Pontchartrain are underway. And joining us by phone now with an update on what's being done is St. Tammany Parish President Kevin Davis. Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Good morning, Sally and Eric.
Thank you for joining us. When we say that some are suffering, you know, the perception really does stop a lot of people from coming here to fish as they normally would, even in the lake.
That's correct, yes. But all of those areas are open.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right.
I was talking to a friend yesterday who said he was out fishing in the east side of the lake. He said that it was wonderful fishing.
Yes, yeah, we're catching quite a bit.
So the condition of the lake right now is in really good shape and not seeing any oil. Are there any imminent threats that you are concerned about?
Not right now. Between the flights and the boats that go out, we would have a pretty good advance warning because of the chandeliers and watching what's going on out there. So we've had it up to the northern end of the chandelier, behind the chandelier a couple of times, but it was sheen, so we were lucky. It appears to be going more to, you know, the mouth of the Mississippi going to the west and then going to our east. So. And
has anything gotten as close as even Lake Bourne?
There was a couple that got to Brush Island, Eric, out in that way. That's in St. Bernard. It's the Bayou Biloxi Marsh.
But it still is. It opens into the lake eventually.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. They don't get this thing capped. It's just a matter of when we're going to be pushed with a front.
Give us a rundown of the things you're doing right now just to make sure that no oil gets into the lake.
Yeah, we have about 3 or 4 lines of defenses all the way from the Wrigley's and Chef Pass, all the way out to Lake Bourne, and then we went further and we're out at Half Moon, which is really Mississippi territory, and we drove piling and put a boom all the way across there, again with an opening for traffic, marine traffic, so they can get through. But so we have like 5 lines of defenses, and then we also have barges at the Wrigley's just in case of the underwater issues, you know, the tar balls and those things.
Yeah. Is there any concern that maybe some boats would come in from some of the outer waters, then bring it into the lake if they have any pollution on their hulls?
Not at this point, because we haven't had any great magnitude in those areas. So, no, not yet, Eric.
So that's still not a problem then?
No, no.
What do you want to hear from President Obama when he addresses the nation tonight about this oil spill?
What I want to hear is that they're going to cap it and contain it ASAP, not tomorrow, not next week, not for 30 days from now, because it's just a matter of time as we'll be fighting it right here on our front on Lake Pontchartrain if it continues.
What more needs to be done to get this well capped, in your opinion? What needs to be done that isn't being done?
Well, I'm not sure, not being an engineer, but I've had hundreds of people send me ideas. I forward those. Many of them have made a lot of sense to me. I do understand that you're a mile down underwater and the pressures and those issues, but it seems to be trying to capture oil instead of just capping it. I could care less about capturing oil. Just cap it. They'll be able to drill in and get the oil at some point in the future. So it really is terrible.
And right now, the only sure thing they're hoping for is one of those relief wells. We'll go ahead and cap that oil well, that blown out oil well, but that's not till August, maybe mid or late August. So in the meantime, the containment, at least the government, I assume you're happy about this, has told them to really get more oil contained within the next, yesterday was 48, so now it's the next 24 hours or so. Yeah,
I saw that. That didn't really move me much, Eric, because that should have been told to them 5 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago. But it's like I said, it's a matter of time. I feel terrible. South Louisiana's got oil in those marshes. It's just a matter of time before we're going to have it.
And the trouble is, we don't know how much oil is in the Gulf, number one. We don't know where it is exactly, because a lot of those underwater plumes could rise up and make it into the lake in a storm or something.
Right. That's why we have the barges also at the Wrigley's, because we're scared to death about the underwater issue and how we do that. So these barges draw about 8 feet with boom and skimmers and all, so we'll try to contain it if that happens. But they got to get the thing capped.
All right.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Kevin Davis, for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.